I didn't want to get money from my parents because I didn't want to be the one. I felt it would be too late already. You feel like flying when you fall from a great height. My first project actually happened to do with a hero in South India. So I had this access to get to this high profile clients through them. Dubai and India, it's completely different. He did promotions for me more than any marketing company. Sometimes, risk happens, strategy fails. And this one scene in F1, which is, I love that scene. He say C for combat. The common factor that connects all of them is you can't bluff something to high profile people. They even know how much profit you keep in a project.
He said that, why do you need motivation? When you have to do something, you have to do something. Just do it.
Seeing 2-3 reels in Instagram and, you have this fake dopamine hit that can have your mind.
Exactly.
And then going to sleep, again waking up late in the next day morning, and that is not motivation. Even if the whole world says you can't do it, you still have to think you can do it. That is motivation for me. Whenever I see buildings and brands on top of, I always wanted to be like, I want my name to be there. Hi, this is Inamul Hasan, and you are watching Memorable Conversation with Faridoon Shahryar.
I have with me an enterprising entrepreneur. His name is Inamul Hasan of IEH Group here in Dubai. Inamul's belief in structures and systems is something that has really impressed me a lot. He has achieved a lot at a very young age. His belief in self-dependence and self-reliance and innovation and art in a way is truly praiseworthy. Inamul, first of all, pleasure having you with me on Memorable Conversations with Faridoon Shahryar.
Pleasure is mine too.
All right, so Inamul, what really happened when in third year of your college, you decided that you want to earn for yourself? What was the emotion like?
It was a mixed emotion actually. I didn't want to get money from my parents because you have that whole masculine urge, to give rather than taking from them because we are growing. I think I was around 22, 23 years old by that time. Of course, they covered my education because architecture is quite an expensive course. I've seen people struggling to find out what to do next after finishing their college. I didn't want to be the one because I felt it would be too late already. So third year, I was just experimenting things, trying to explore something, and to have something solid with me, so that once I finish college, I don't have to know what I want to do. Rather than I can focus on how I can do that, and that helped me in a lot of better ways too for my business. That was the start.
Right, and which was the college that you were studying in?
I studied in Miyasi in Chennai.
Okay, and your father is a well-known name as well in Chennai. What was his reaction when you told him that you want to just go on your own?
I mean, he was happy because that's how a father is. And I think my father plays a very important role in my life. He said, yeah, go for it. Do it. Go out of your comfort zone. Try to see the world in your own legs. He was happy, to be honest. Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Kaja.
Okay, and what is the best memory that you have of him and something that he has taught you and it has remained with you?
My dad teaches me a lot of things. A lot of things. One thing he used to always tell me, you feel like flying when you fall from a great height. And that is stick to me forever. Because you think you're successful or you're doing something great, but you might end up in the rock bottom. Because falling and flying is the same. It gives you the same feeling.
Right. Okay, and you are a trained architect, and now you're into real estate as well. So how did the transition from being an architect to real estate happen?
Actually, I started as an architect. I had my design firm. We moved to interior company. We started doing interiors for high profile clients. And my first project actually happened to do with the hero in South India. So it is a very very good story. It's like
What's his name?
his name is Arun Vijay. He's an actor in South India. So I ended up taking their project as my first project, and they are very nice people. Very nice people. They helped me, do a lot of more projects through them. I got a lot of projects. The initial, so I had this access to get to this high profile clients through them. So I did. I can't name him, but I did one very good high profile person's project, and he got a villa in Dubai.
Okay.
I think it is 3-4 years back. He got a villa and he was a little bit confused because Dubai has a lot of options. He was confused as to whom to give the project to. And he was someone who came to me and asked, he loved our work. He just loved it because I operate fully into systems and structures. I believe in that very much. And then he asked me and I didn't say yes or no. I said, okay, I'll fly down. I'll see how the market is, because Dubai and India, it's completely different. So I flew down. I was here for a week, talking with people who does interiors here, and I went to all the markets and stuff. And went back to them. I told them, yes, why not? We will do it. And then we did this project. Thankfully, it came very well. And the surprising element was I didn't know Palm Jumeirah was so famous back then. And my first project tended to be in Palm Jumeirah. I would say maybe fate opened it for me, God's will. And then through that, again, and then he is very close to me right now. We've been knowing each other for almost 7, 8 years now. He did promotions for me more than any marketing company. And that opened a door again, the next door for us, buying villa and doing interior and giving it to someone. So that's how business expanded to Dubai. We had an interior company that again we had to put a real estate company to buy properties and give. So that's how we have moved from Chennai to Dubai.
Great. Okay, and tell us something about the IH group and what exactly are you doing in Dubai currently?
IH Group has multiple companies under one roof. So we are an ecosystem. We are an architecture ecosystem where we have 3 companies in India and we have 3 companies in Dubai. So from design to anything, we are one-stop solution for everything. So real estate, it'll be design, it'll be architecture. Actually, we kind of set the trend for the people. So recently, what happens is everyone is, Dubai real estate is actually good. Through the Sheikh's mindset and his vision, he's taking it in a very different level. And then everyone wants to invest money on off-plan properties, wait for 2, 3 years, because it's how it works here. You can't, in India, you can go buy something and come. And here it works in a different way. So what we figured out a way to buy distress deals, distress luxury properties, and we renovate them we give value to them, and then we used to sell it for higher prices. We help clients. It's more like a design-led development, and that's how we found all the companies here, and that's what we do here in Chennai.
That's wonderful. Okay, so now you are an architect. You believe in design. What is the role of visualization for you when you're designing something, and do you consider it as an art form in a way?
Design is art. I think being an architect, we learn to imagine in a more scalable way. Because see, there's a client and he has something in his mind. He has seen the world. He has seen a lot of things. And all those things made him form something in his mind. And he wants someone to get it out of his mind, put it in paper, and build it in reality. So we tend to imagine a lot more. So we kind of know what people think, what they really want, and what is the right thing to add to it to make it, the perfect product.
Correct. That's amazing. Okay. Now, what is the importance of structures and systems as far as you're concerned? Because when I was having this conversation with you, that's something that resonated with me so beautifully, because I feel that if you believe in structures and systems, then the possibility of you achieving success in almost anything, if it is credible and doable, is definitely higher.
Of course, I think success is not something you get it and you leave it. It's a comma. It's not a full stop. So once you get success, you gotta keep moving further. And I think without a system and structure are heart of any business. And I really believe in this because it shows you where you have come from, what you are now, and whom you are going to be.
Wow.
And then it helps you do the risk management, because architecture design is something different. It's about creative stuff. So I'm turned into a businessman, an architect who turned into a businessman recently, because our companies has management, operations, sales, decision making, execution teams. So it has a lot more to do it. So taking care of all these things, you have to know how you do it and have to have a control over it. So without structure and system, I don't think so. Success might feel all good for a short time, but long term, it's going to be difficult.
Okay, tell us something in more detail as to what exactly is meant with structures and systems. If you can give us some examples.
So you have to construct a building or an aircraft that has to go from California to Dubai. Everything needs a structure and systems. Without structure and system, nothing can actually function. Function as in you won't have control over it. You have to have control over what you are into, what you are doing. So if you take, say for example, if you have to do a signature landmark building somewhere. You have to start with your designs, getting your design drawings ready, and move to approvals and finding the right execution team to do your project, and then giving the good quality output, giving it on time. So this is going to get involved multi-level discipline actions, like sales team different, management team under management you have different type of teams coming under. Financial management is different, execution management is different, business development is different. So it's more like you have a lot of things happening in a company, and especially when we started with one company, but we got the chance to develop each company, and we have around 6 7 companies now. And I personally think to do business in such a big level, there has to be systems, there has to be bylaws.
Fantastic. What is the importance of discipline and time management for you?
Discipline, time management, I think that's a basic for any businessman. Because without that, I don't think so. It is going to help in any way to run any business. Time management, I find something interesting. So I run to people, people end up saying to me that they don't have time, I can't pick up the phone call and this and that. But actually, if you manage the time right, you can have enough of time. We run business across borders, so in India and Dubai, and we all still be able to manage time. So I think time management is very important. It's about, again, coming to the system and structure. If that fails, your time management fails.
Right.
And to run a system and structure, you need to have discipline. So the answer is already with you. Discipline, structure, system, time management, all connected to each other.
Fantastic. Okay, and how do you look at the scenario in Dubai with regards to real estate, and what do you think is the future as far as IH Group is concerned?
Quite amazing, to be honest. Dubai is rapidly growing into real estate and architecture, and we are not just doing brokerage. So real estate has multiple things under it. The brokerage is there, the property development is there. And we are specializing in design-led development into real estate. So it has a very beautiful future. And we are helping most of the people from India to buy lands here, buy buildings here, helping them get the ROI and helping them give a solid product. All these things we are doing, yeah.
Okay. Now, you also worked with a very prominent politician in India, and I'm not asking for the name, but did you learn anything from that experience, considering it must have been a very high-profile experience?
The common factor, all high-profile people, I've worked with multiple high-profile people. The common factor that connects all of them is trust. Because they know everything. You can't bluff something to high-profile people. They have their own systems. They have their own people to take care of things. They would have traveled the world. They will have a lot of ideas. But what makes us put with them for a long term is the trust factor. So you have to be very committed to them, very committed in what we are saying. I think a word matters more. If we say something, we gotta do it in the said way.
Right.
And then trust is something that I learned from high-profile people. Rather than taking shortcuts, they even know how much profit you keep in a project. Yet they choose you and they give it to you because if you have the capacity and talent to do it.
Okay, so one thing that we have also bonded on is F1, for example.
Yeah.
It's a movie featuring Brad Pitt. Apparently, you've seen it 5 times.
More than 5 times.
More than 5 times. Why do you think this movie works for you?
I'm a car enthusiast. I love cars, and I do racing in Dubai. That is my passion and pastime thing that I always do here. So of course I'm connected to all these cars, F1 race and stuff. And one thing I like about F1 that I could relate to my business. There's the scene where they talk about strategy to win the race.
Exactly.
And the honest truth is strategies might not work all the time. We are all humans, and up to a certain thing we can think, we can plan, we can do structure everything. But sometimes risk happens, strategy fails. And this one scene in F1, which is I love that scene. He say C for combat.
C for combat.
Yeah, that scene I love it. I think I'm ready to do that. Something which is C for combat, and I ask my team to just go finish it off.
Yeah, and right before that, there's this dialogue that I personally loved was that hope is not a strategy. The day I just heard that dialogue, I've stopped. It has really changed my life in many ways because many times we say that hopefully it will happen, hope it happens, but the fact is that We're just depending on on a chance. And the fact is that if you are unsure, if you are hesitant, if you are indecisive about anything, why should anyone believe in you? You have to be sure, and you tend to be sure when you have definite intentions, and hope ideally should not be a part of that.
I won't say. I mean, hope is different. I think faith maybe. Hope is something that's different. You cannot really hope for something.
Right.
You gotta do what you have to do.
You have to do what you have to do. Yeah.
You have to do that. So, coming out of your comfort zone, sticking to your discipline. That's the difficult part. Everyone knows the success in the launch, the events and stuff, but there is a process behind the success. Having many nights you go to sleep. Many nights you go to sleep thinking you will quit. The next day you wake up and again you stick to your discipline and you do it. You do it. So I think faith should be important more than hope.
Yeah.
Faith in God should be very important.
Faith is something which is a very, it's a very positive emotion, and hope is something that you are just banking on something which
Hope is made up.
hope is made up. I think
There's no such thing called hope.
that's well said. So in fact, I was watching this interview of Elon Musk, and the journalist asked him that what motivates you to make SpaceX and Tesla and do unimaginable things for the world. And he said that I could not understand your question. And he asked once again that what I mean to say is that what is your motivation like for just working non-stop, not taking any day offs. You don't believe in weekends. You don't believe in work-life balance. You believe in, like, if other people, they're working 40 hours a day, that you say that work 100 hours a day, 100 hours a week. So what motivates you? So he said that I still don't understand your question. So he said, and my question is pretty simple, that what motivates you to be so good and brilliant? He said that, why do you need motivation? When you have to do something, you have to do something. Just do it. As Nike says, as a Nike,
Yeah, just do it.
just do it. So I think that's fascinating. Motivation is like, it's like you're just being amateurish in a way.
If you ask my opinion, I think motivation comes through real life experiences,
Exactly.
real life challenges, emotions. Motivation has a lot in it. Seeing 2-3 reels in Instagram, and you have this fake dopamine hit that in have your mind.
Exactly.
And then going to sleep again, waking up late in the next day morning, and that is not motivation. Motivation is not shown. When you cross your life through a lot of experiences, there would be some person who would have put you down. And you gotta prove it to yourself first. And you might have faced situations where I want to get this done, even if the whole world says you can't do it. You still have to think you can do it. That is motivation for me. And I think it's a responsibility. Once we are committed to something, growing them is a very big responsibility that people get. So this is how I see motivation as.
No, I think that makes sense. Who are your idols when it comes to business? Who are the people that
For
you
sure, it's Ratan Tata. He himself is such a big businessman, but he never wanted to be a monopoly. If he wanted, he could have been the number one. But he had there's this beautiful saying Ratan Tata always says, live life with purpose, and the happiness will kick in. He says something like that, which is true. The whole purpose of existence is to help humanity. You have to help people. And I told you, imagine you are giving money to someone. As I said in the earlier, you want to give money to someone, you want to take money from someone. How do you feel when you give money? How do you feel when you take money? Just money is just an example. So helping people, contributing your life to everyone, making them grow. And he did a very good job there. So he's remembered forever.
Right.
I love Ratan Tata because the same Jaguar thing. Finally, he got the Jaguar company. That is motivation. That is true motivation.
Right. That's something that you find inspiring.
Of course, just saying someone that okay, I'll do this, I'll do that is completely different. When something happens, you get down, step back. You work everything that's possible, get the dedication, get the fuel, get the drive, and accomplish it, even if it takes years. That satisfaction is too good.
Okay. What is the importance of saying no for an entrepreneur?
Saying no to is very important. Yes. How important, I'll tell you. You say yes for everything, you get stuck somewhere. It will put you in a miserable state. You have to know what to choose and what not to choose. If you say 4 times yes, say 3 times no. It's fine. I think people have to learn saying no. you have to take your opportunity. You don't have to force yourself in just because there's a situation, because you'll end up in even more bad situation. So I think saying no, I say a lot of no's in life.
You like to, what is that no that you said and it worked for you later on?
I used to work so much, day and night, in the starting stages of my business. We were growing, so I had to give that time. But after a point, it also gave me a lot of stress in my personal life. I think personal life is also very important. Doing business is all good, all okay, but personal life is. So I stopped working from 8:30 p.m. to next 8:30 a.m. So I don't take calls that time. Anything comes up, I don't respond. So people got used to it. Initially, it was stressful for me also, but I think people got used to it after a point, and now I'm very happy for the decision. Now I'm balanced. I'm able to do work more. I'm able to, I have that energy more now.
What is the importance of energy?
Energy is everything. You can't say energy is important. Energy is the basic need. It's the fuel for your car, for your business. So energy, of course, if I'm sad, it's gonna put you sad. If even if you have a lot of problems, even if you have a lot of things going on in your life, I always think putting a beautiful, nice, smiley face to everyone is always important.
Right. Okay. What is the ambition of Inamul Hasan?
My ambition is to create a globally respected, disciplined companies under IH Group, because we've been doing a lot of business, and we have all our clients till now, and we are expanding more and more, and we have our teams that people have been with us for more than 7 years now, and I want to contribute something to people. Like say for example, you create so many brands. So I get reminded of something when you ask this question. So when I was in my childhood, so one thing give me what I had one fantasy. Whenever I see buildings and brands on top of it, I always wanted to be like, I want my name to be there. I just had it. I always wanted to do that. Success is seen, not shown.
Wow.
I believe in that. So you see success every day, like in a building, your brand is there. People tend to see it every day, going in the car, walking in the street, everything. I think I want to do something successful like that, putting my brand on a skyscraper. Not one, many.
That's wonderful. Okay, and what are your views on Dubai Syndicate, because of whom we came to
Dubai
meet each other?
Syndicate is actually, I recently came to know them, and they're actually a good organization. They're doing a very good job in connecting people, opening up opportunities for everyone. And I met a lot of potential people there. A lot of them helped us in the process of developing business here.
Right. That's wonderful. All right. So, what all things do you do in India and Dubai?
In India, we do architecture, interiors, and real estate development. And Dubai, we do design and build, holiday homes, and real estate.
Wonderful. And tell us something else, Inamul, regarding the policy that you have for hiring people. What is it that you look in people that when you're hiring someone?
It's quite easy. There is no policy, just four standards I have for myself. So there's like four type of hirings there. When you're hiring a fresher, you just have to see if he has the communication skills and the capacity to understand and deliver what you're saying. And this next level is manager level. And in that level, you just have to give them a scenario and ask them to identify the possible problems. And in that way, you can identify your managers. And the next level is the executive director and administration level. In that case, we'll give this problem to them and ask them to solve it. And above that, you have this whole CFO, CEO level. And this is very important for any company. So they have to identify problems beforehand. The risk management, your system and structures, whatever we spoke till now, this all has to be in a place for them to identify problems beforehand. These are the four things I have to hire people.
That's wonderful. So, Inamul, it's truly wonderful knowing you and just seeing the way you function. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm sure that you have a very, very bright future because you believe in systems and structures. I think that's something that the success is guaranteed in one way or the other. So, all the best, and looking forward to your wonderful journey ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That was Inamul Hasan in a very special, memorable conversation. I'm sure that you guys will be learning a lot of things from him, and you'll look back at this conversation once you see the sort of fame and success that he's going to be achieving worldwide very soon.